suspenders. I like the suspenders. I got that right.
Gerard O'Brien, I wanted to mention you brought up the subject of the pension
Yes, sir.
of the state of Florida, which I understand is about third largest in the United States.
It's this very large pension fund. Fifth largest.
About 1.3 billion. You, with the governor and Alex Zink, manage, in effect, that huge pension fund, and you brought a lawsuit against Lehman Brothers. What happened to that lawsuit for their mismanagement of our pension fund? I understand they laid us into toxic investments, subprime mortgage. Could you tell us what happened to the lawsuit?
Well, that is still pending. We resolved some of it with it, working on a settlement at this point in time. What I will tell you is that the pension fund now for the state of Florida, which is the fifth largest in the nation, is admired as the best managed pension fund in the country. And by the way, I don't manage it. We hired the manager to do it. We're three trustees. We're unique in the country in how we do this. The three elected officials, the chief financial officer, the governor, attorney general, serve, if you will, as kind of overseers as the board of trustees. But under us, we just expanded on a recommendation I made to the legislature this time, an investment advisory council. It's now 6 people who are really experts. They're not paid, by the way. They're all volunteers. They're people who come from the private sector where investments are. I get to choose 2, and each of the others get to choose 2. We just expanded that to 9, so each one will get to choose 3, so we'll have more heads there at the table. And then there are professional managers that run it. Ash Williams is currently the head of the SBA, and then portfolio managers are hired for it. The interesting thing, so you notice, I think we're the highest funded, well, closest to being fully funded pension fund in the nation, something like 96% or in the 90 percentile of being funded in a down economy like this. And I've seen a lot of criticism by the paper here locally of why do we diversify the portfolio? Well, we diversified it because you want to hedge against the risk that's out there. And I'm proud of our team that does that. We don't have the kind of issues and problems New York has had or California has had. And we did have this problem over Lehman, and we are pursuing that. That's not my Attorney General's office, by the way. But it will be resolved, and we'll see what happens as it comes to fruition. Yes, sir. The microphone's coming. I was too quick to come to you. I think you saw all these hands up over here. You weren't expecting it.
Pardon me. I found this card under my plate. My name is Mike Fisher.
How about you?
And it says that you are going to protect our rights, a pro-family, pro-life conservative who blah, 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 blah.
That's what goes on those kind of cards.
Yes, I understand. But there's one thing in here that I'm particularly interested in. A woman's right to have an abortion, at least in the first and second trimester. How would you, as governor, push your pro-life position in respect to that?
Well, first of all, I am pro-life, and I know we all have our differences and different viewpoints, but I do believe that life begins at conception. I have consistently voted against funding for embryonic stem cell research, and as governor, I would veto any proposal to fund embryonic stem cell research. I'm all in favor of adult stem cells, and thank goodness science has moved now where they tell us that they don't need the embryonic, but if it were to come up, I would. The bill that the governor vetoed in this session recently involving looking at the baby before the choice is made by the mother to have an abortion, I would have signed. And I would have signed that bill because, first of all, I think she should look and she should be able to know and think about it before she has that elective abortion if she chooses to. And secondly, in that bill is something we don't talk about much, and it's equally important, maybe more important. I don't suppose you can argue one's more than the other. But it was the Florida version of the Hyde Amendment. In that health care bill debate, you may remember, the last thing that was holding it up was a Democrat congressman who was pro-life who said, look, we're going to allow under this bill elective abortions, and the federal government and states are going to be paying and can pay for them, whereas all throughout the years that I served in Congress and he did, the late Henry Hyde, the congressman in Illinois, had an amendment that went on every spending bill and said no federal money will be spent for any abortion. Well, the way that came about is they resolved it by saying, okay, we'll leave it up to the states. Every state can opt to prohibit that funding. And that's what that bill that Charlie Crist vetoed did. It was a provision that enacted a Hyde Amendment in Florida that said no state or federal money will be spent towards any abortion, any elective abortion like that. So I think those are the kinds of things I would sign. I would have signed that bill. I think that's very important life issue, and a very important issue that for government, we should not be spending money on such things as that. But state, let's come over here, Randall. I want to put the young person back. You just did it. You just gave us a great essay. I got to come to that table. The challenge over here. I can't sit there ignore your table.
My name's Linda Nunn.
Hi.
Hi. I want to know, what's your position on gay marriage?
Well, my position is that I believe marriage should be between a man and a woman. I think that that is the nature of the family. And I believe that is a religious conviction, a personal conviction. I think it's a lifestyle conviction. I just think that's the correct thing to do. Now, you know, there are relationships that exist legally. I'm a lawyer. You can have all kinds of relationships that take care of issues if you live together in any arrangement that you want to legally. But marriage itself should be between a man and a woman. Next question. Yes, sir.